At this time, please remain standing or please stand back up and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Graduates, families, friends, faculty, and honored guests, I would now like to introduce our high school principal, Mrs. Shawn Johnston, who will now offer a welcome message. Principal Johnston. Thank you.
And then he got the hands wrong, and then he's just like, oh no, what's wrong with it?
Welcome and good evening to all. Distinguished guests, superintendent, school board members, family, friends, to my husband and the graduating class of 2016. I would like to take this time to thank all of the Wilkinsburg junior and senior high school staff for all support to the current graduating class. Also, I would like to give a special thanks to Nutrition Inc. or Food Service, Ms. Cotney and Ms. Manos for a job. It is with great honor and a pleasure to stand before you to deliver this welcome address. As with the history of Wilkinsburg in 1873, we see that Wilkinsburg lost its independent status and became a part of Pittsburgh. But through tough times and struggles, in 1876, Wilkinsburg returned to an independent status. Here, we find some famous names, such as Mr. McNair, General John Wilkins, James Kelly, and Mr. Wallace. Wilkinsburg went through a lot of name changes until it was settled to call this town Wilkinsburg. For the first graduating class of 1911 until this last graduating class of 2016, 105 years of tradition, Wilkinsburg has been graduating a diverse background of students. And for the alumni for these many years, if you are in the audience, could you please stand? Any alumni? There's a poet, a math whiz, a friend, a scientist, a rapper, people headed to colleges, a record company intern, a veterinarian, a nurse, Marines, lawyers, and doctors. Perhaps you think with these labels I'm describing many different individuals, but I'm not. I'm describing to you the content of our graduating class today. Some of you probably already realize this, but all these descriptors identify who these young people are. I had the pleasure of sitting with them on their 12th grade project, and I was very impressed of the things that they discovered, things they wanted to be, and how they put that project together. I would continue with this vein of discussion, but I don't have time. Because of the kind of education these graduates have experienced at Wilkinsburg Senior High and become the kind of young people we're looking forward to, these are the kind of people that Wilkinsburg has been attracting. This could describe any of us, but one of the things we do realize is that Wilkinsburg does have a very depth adversity in children, interests, activities, and strengths. And yet, problematically, not far along, there have been many things that we feel that human nature can correct. Here's a famous story from 1945. When a Cleveland doctor, after collecting data about 9 physical dimensions from 1,500 women, created a statue of what is called the ideal girl, with every part of the statue made to match the exact average of every dimension. Norma, he named this statue, to represent her perfectly normal. Norma went viral in terms of what we would say today. She was the perfect woman. The standard of all others should aspire to be judged by her. It is said in magazines nationally. Then they conducted a search for the actual human woman who most perfectly matched Norma. The dimensions, they talked to 4,000 women that participated in this. Although the judges expected the contest to come down to a few millimeters, differences in just one of the 9 dimensions, they were proven deeply wrong. None of the 4,000 was even near an average of one of the 8 dimensions that Norma had. What would you guess? How many of these 4,000 women were at near average or at 5 or above? Just 40. 40 out of the 4,000. There is no average person. We've learned there is no such a thing, and there is no reason whatsoever to view the mythical idea of an average as an idea. It was always viewed as being odd, different, or being me. Because we are all creatures representing the enormous number of different dimensions, not just physical, but intellectual, social, emotional, and many, many more. And because there are very little correlations between these differences and dimensions, which is to say each dimension is unrelated to the other, so to be tall has nothing to do with you being thin. To be perceived as someone who is short has nothing to do with your intellectual ability. None of these norms, or none of those normals, are any regular. Instead of comparing ourselves to each other, or thinking it is hip to be square, we must embrace our jaggedness. As a Harvard researcher said once in a book, The End of Average, How We Succeed in a World That Values Sameness. Or I read it once in a great book, It Is Good to Be Great, by Jim Collins. Recognizing our jaggedness is the first step in understanding our full potential, and refreshing to be engaged in arbitrary, average-based pronunciations of who we are expected to be. It is used to be said that we can't put a square peg in a round hole. Computers find it easy to generate both round and square pegs, and all around the holes or square, but they find a way to fill them. Today, there are 37 sides to a peg or to that hole. And it requires you to be jagged indeed. No more jagged are we than better, because we stand out distinct and proud for all of our idiosyncrasies. The more we can add unique value to any enterprise to which we wish to contribute, the more we fulfill the project ahead. The best job of the future will be found in the sharply different professions. as these young children have expressed. The skills interested in unexpected ways, these jobs will be filled with gusto by the chemist, experience by the video photographer, by the one who wants to be the veterinarian, by knowing the pests that she endures, by politicians. The value of jaggedness can be found in all of us at any time. We can observe these things through truths within us. We each tackle important challenges that cause us to make decisions to uplift us every day. We also tackle issues of stress among ourselves and our families that cause us to look deep within ourselves and push the unique jaggedness into the edge of average. In conclusion today, I want to say to the graduates, as you grow up and become different in your own unique way, people will say things and talk about you and do things to you. But you keep on persevering on, honey. Because when you grow up to be who you want to be, you will be the best there is. Diversity is who you are. No one can put a candle to your speed. Diversity is what you expect. Diversity is what you cultivate. Be different. Be the one to make that new challenge in life. Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. With the education you have, we expect you to make changes in this world. We want to congratulate you for a job well done. We want to give you the utmost of God's speed. We congratulate you, Wilkinsburg Senior High, class of 2016.